Shalom. I want to start off. Call, hello, Allah, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shall, by Hashem, Aracha, Kodash, Brakatah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity. Shalom, shalom to the Akwat and Akwat, Salaki, Akwat and Akim out there listening and learning, trying to seek the truth. Shalom to my fellow laborers out there pushing the truth with faith and sincerity and risking their lives and freedom to do so. Salakia, forgive me if I didn't already salute. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Once again, this is a fellow laborer and servant, Yahweh Sop, out of the GMS Cleveland Church, coming at you again with another lesson. For whatever reason, because of this government shutdown, a lot of brothers going into the government shutdown. And, I've done some videos through the spirit about the food stamps and Esau, or so-called white and so-called black. How many people are on it, whatnot. But I came across an article, and it was right before the, I think they said the government shut down like 4 days before Christmas. So this article is dated the 22nd. This is for my man J.B. Gunner that likes to profit off of, enticing that race riot, which, you know what I mean, all it is, like I said, the spirit of the Most High. But basically, I got an article, because like I said, it's from last year. It's dated the 22nd. Forgive the mess, but as you can see, it says, in Kentucky, the government check disconnect. And it says, dated December 22nd, 2018. Harlan, in Kentucky, the government check disconnect. As you can see, that's an Edomite. And I'm going to just go into this article. And then I'm going to bring out a few scriptures. Because at the end of the day, like I said, this is for my man J.B. Gunner, and who this really affect, because it's a deep article, you know what I mean? Like, in the past years, like they said, in the 60s and 70s when these social programs got started, it was less people on them, and now, as time have passed, it's more people rely on them. I mean, and, facts gonna speak for themselves. But, like I said, this place, Harlan, Kentucky, I mean, as you can see, it looked like it. Ain't no too many niggas staying there. And just to prove it, this is the Census Government Bureau. This is 2000, I believe, 18. But it says race and Hispanic origin. So white alone percentage of Harlan County is 95.9%. It's like 2% black. And the rest is, that's it. You know what I'm saying? White alone, not Hispanic or Latino. So these is those Anglo-Saxon, like they like to refer to themselves, even though I think when you go into the Saxons, they go back to Jakes. I might be misquoting something, but I think I was reading that book, the early African presence in Europe, but like I said, that's neither here nor there, and I don't want to, give out any misinformation. But like I said, just to prove my point, that's a, majority Edomite county, or that's like a little cold town. But Salaki, I'm gonna get into the article, bring out some precepts. Anyhow, Salaki, it says, presidents. It says in Kentucky, the government check disconnect. It say President Trump's 2016 victory of the 10 states in which government transfer accounts for the largest share of income sevenfolded for Mr. Trump. Speaking to the economic and social anxieties of blue-collar white voters over immigration, trade, and demographic change, Mr. Trump has championed tax cuts for well-to-do period with benefits cut for the struggling voters in his base. Nowhere has the strategy worked better than Kentucky. In a new book, The Government Citizen Disconnect, Susan Metler, a political scientist at Cornell University, observes that Mitch McConnell was known as a pro-civil rights, union-friendly moderate as a county executive in Louisville in the late 1970s. As federal transfers grew from around 10% of the income of the average Kentuckian in 1970 to 24% in 2016, 7 percentage points more than the national average. The ideology of Mr. McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, and the rest of Kentucky congressional delegation moved sharply to the right, and local Democrats who once thrived in heavily unionized mining towns gradually lost ground. In 2015, Mr. Belvin became only the second Republican since the 1970s to take the governorship, and in 2016, Republicans captured the state assembly for the first time. Okay, because like I say, I'm really reading this article to prove a point. So Salakia. So at the end of the day, some of this is like neither here nor there. Transfer from the federal government account for more than half it's okay. Transfers from the federal government account for more than half of residents' personal income in 11 counties across the country. 10 are in eastern Kentucky. Another is in western Virginia. 9 of those sit in Kentucky's 5th congressional district, which was the first in the nation to declare a winner on election night. November 6, Harold Rogers, a Republican who has held the seat since 1981, has won 79% of the vote. Salaki, let me turn this heat down. Salakia. It says, even excluding health insurance, which some experts argue should not count, people in the patch of Appalachia draw between a fifth and a third of their income from the public purse. Read that again. This is my point. Even excluding health insurance, which some experts argue should not count, but it's still part of the government assistance, which, like I said, I went into that other video where it proves that more Edomites are, get Medicaid and all that. Because when you take time to think about it, it's more of them than us anyway. If we're 13%, they're the 70%. It's going to be more of them on it just because of the numbers. But anyhow, it says, even excluding health insurance, which some experts argue should not count, people in the patch of Appalachia draw between a fifth and a third of their income from the public purse. Perhaps the politics of welfare is changing up to a point. Democrats' big gains this year in elections for the House and several state houses running largely on the promise that they will protect the most recent addition to the safety net, the Affordable Care Act, including the expansion of Medicaid. Take Daniel Lewis, who crashed his car in a coal truck 15 years ago, breaking his neck and suffering a blood clot in his brain when he was only 21. He's grateful for the $1,600 a month his family gets from disability insurance, for his Medicaid benefits, for the food stamps he shares with his wife and his 2 children. Every need I have has been met. Every need I have had has been met. Sluggy. Every need I have has been met, Mr. Lewis told me. He disagrees with the governor's proposal to demand He disagrees with the governor's proposal to demand that Medicaid's recipients get a job. These motherfuckers getting public Medicaid, so they must can't even afford to get the public health care or the government's health care because they can't work or whatever. He say they gotta get a job. Yeah, he motherfuckers funny. And yet in 2016 he voted for Mr. Trump. It was the lesser of 2 evils, he said. About 13% of Harlan's residents are receiving disability benefits. More than 10,000 get food stamps. But in 2015, almost 2/3 voted for Mr. Bevin. In 2016, almost 9 out of 10 choose Mr. Trump. Now, I'm not even going to probably read too much more into this because at the end of the day, I was just proving a point. Like, it said Harlan, and it said 95% of their fucking population is Edomites. So if 10,000 fucking people is getting food stamps, it's probably like 5, 10 niggas that's getting it. The rest is just Edomites. Like, so, while people talk about numbers and shit. And then it was another, I'm going to read that part because it says government assistance has grown. Because basically this article was going into them trying to revamp this whole system. And maybe that's why, this is older news. But at the same time, you know how much Esau bombards you with so much different shit. And there's so much stuff going on. And then you wonder, well, damn, it's not coincidence that, the timing of this government shutdown shit. He did this at a time. No, come on, this man's a businessman. You don't think he got all that? He don't know shit about fucking war or even politics. You know what I mean? He know business, so maybe he could play the politics game. But he do know business. So you don't think he knew at the time to do this shit? Come on, man. Like, I mean, I know the administration is accused of this and that and all that, but if anything, at the end and beginning of the day, he's a fucking businessman. Now, of course, this ain't you got to take the time to think about it. This is hurting our country. Well, Slovakia, the fucking Edomite country. This ain't my fucking country. Slovakia, forgive me, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shah, because at the end of the day, I truly hope this bitch never gets started back again. At the end of the day, so, I don't even know, that was probably a demon jumped on me or something. Like, this fucking base man's fucking kingdom. But it's hurting his kingdom. You got to think about it. If they don't process W-2s and income taxes, that income taxes not only help the person that's filing them get through the year, it helps the government get a lot of these stupid ass fucking holidays that motherfuckers promoting. Why you think they starting all these other stupid ass holidays that you fake ass fucking newscasters that think they supposed to get celebrity status because they on fucking TV that help promote? You got all these dumb ass, like, you got Pizza Day, National Pizza Day, and they expect you to, because that's putting money into their fucking economy to keep this bitch going. So by him slowing it, come on, you got to remember, like, say, what people fail to realize, like, at the end of the day, yeah, this coming for the homeless, but it's affecting motherfuckers that's working already. That's the cold part about it. Anyhow, I'm probably gonna read this. No, I got one other thing circled, because I kind of proofread it a little bit, but didn't really go into it. Like I said, that's the whole point of me bringing this out. It said that at least 10,000 of these motherfuckers, and they're pretty much all Edomites. So that 10,000, like, you could have the whole motherfucking city of East Cleveland fucking on probably food stamps, and it still won't amount to these motherfuckers, because at the end of the day, I don't even think East Cleveland residents is 10,000 motherfuckers. You know what I mean? But anyhow, it says Harlan is one of the poorest counties in the nation, which East Cleveland is one of the poorest counties in the nation, if not probably the poorest. It has been poor for a long time. The typical household takes in barely $25,000, less than half the national median. Opiate abuse, that proven right there. Yeah, that's why I marked it, because opiate abuse is rampant. And I'm sure, I mean, come on, you got to remember, you got stupid ass Jake that get involved with drugs, and you got Jake out there that's getting high off of opioids and doing heroin, but not to the extent that these Edomites are. That's just the truth from the bottom line of it. That's why, like I said, at the end of the day, it's a reversal of that crack epidemic that hit us. So when they put down that opiate abuse is rampant, it's one of the poorest counties, but yet still they all can afford to get high off heroin. And at one point in time, heroin was kind of expensive. You know what I mean? Like how PCP was expensive. Now, you know what I mean? Like, that's how we to the end. Like, majority of these drugs ain't even fucking expensive anymore. You go get PCP and you get a bag of heroin for probably $5-10. You know what I mean? You get a dip cigarette for probably $5-10. You know what I mean? This goofy ass bogus weed that these motherfuckers all talking about. Oh yeah, I just fuck with the weed. When you don't know what the fuck this weed is. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers. At the end of the day, that's probably more expensive than the fucking, which is goofy. You paying for some. Anyhow, that's what I circled it for, because it was saying opiate abuse, but they could afford to still get the heroin, which, I mean, but that's any person that's addicted to anything. Over the last century or so, the population has shrunk by more than 2/3. So it was a coal mining town, which 9 times out of 10, all fucking Edomites. One of them towns you see on fucking one of them shows. So at the end of the day, my point of bringing up this article was because, like I said, I was in that spirit about that J.B. Gunner motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he's sitting up here being proud, talking about, oh yeah, it's more, because you trying to, and at the end of the day, so at the end of the day, it's going to affect Jake. Trust me. It's going to affect a lot of Jake women and children and some dudes, because I was listening to one of the brothers speak earlier. You got a lot of Jake, like, for instance, myself, I've had a record. Well, not had, I have a record. I just caught a felony, on some stupid shit, and that was me not being circumspect. But, we all know that this system is designed to set Jake up, to have Jake out here fucked up. So, and so I'm not blaming anybody. I should have been more in the spirit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I've also been fortunate with my families to come across jobs. Now, I don't know how this is gonna work now, but majority of our men are fucked up. You know what I mean? Like you got a few that's successful. You got some that navigated and didn't catch no cases or didn't get killed. You got some that actually did something productive with their life. But majority of our nation is truly fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know, but so yeah, of course, you know, this government shutdown shit is going to affect us. Well, you're gonna get that Jacob's trouble. Especially when we get the persecution. I mean, it ain't a coincidence you got the GMS coon hunting shit. I mean, you got them crackers so butthurt. You know what I'm saying? Either so butthurt, these motherfuckers literally made a video like, yeah. But like the brother said, at the end of the day, you ain't saying shit yet. Like they ain't really like I done seen some pride for motherfucking cracker. At the end of the day, you ain't see. I mean, trust and believe when they come in the ride, it's not coincidence. That's just preparing your mind for what's being ready to come. And what you, I mean, any man that's truly in this thing and truly believe this thing should understand and you know and already know what it is. Um, so, like I said, but it's not going to just affect Jake. It's going to affect, you know, Esau too. Like I say, it's affecting Edomites that's working right now. Like I was listening to a brother going to the brother in GMS, Kansas City, and I think he an elder. So Shalom, give him his salute and his respect. I don't recall his name, but I like his videos. I like his channel, and he was saying how a lot of those government employees that's furloughed, they've already they probably not even used to actually having to rely on food banks and pantries and signing up for food stamps. But then the funny part is they probably got to sign up for food stamps, but they about to run out of food stamps. You know what I'm saying? Like this how I show you how dumb these people is. Like they don't really have, just like with the whole the bailout shit with Obama. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it was that Bush. Well, regardless, I like saying, I mean, you know, I would look it up. I don't even feel like looking it up. But you know the whole auto bailout thing. At the end of the day, no, that was Obama, wasn't it? Because when you take the time to think about it, it was like 7 years. They did it 7 years ago. Yeah, it was Obama. Because they did it 7 years ago, and all it did was this. I mean, like, come on, this ain't a knife wound or this is a bullet hole that you trying to put a band-aid on. Like, you ain't this bitch dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, when I seen that, you bailed these motherfuckers out with all that money. But then it was a hell of a tactic too, because the government's not supposed to own any private industry. When they did the bailout, they actually got part ownership into these fucking automotive companies. So at the end of the day, you know, it's just deep. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, so now it's more of it's just it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, now the government was making money on that. Like it hell of a beast system, right? So let's get some scriptures. And that's the spirit, because I'm right at Isaiah 3. And Isaiah 3 was one of the scriptures. Because at the end of the day, you know, the food supply gonna be fucked up, and it's just the spirit. Because like I said, where is it? Oh, okay. So this is the book of Isaiah 3:1, and I was just talking about the food supply. Because like I said, they're sitting up there. I forgot. I think they were saying in Washington or where. That wasn't in our city, but you got to remember, it's federal employees in all cities. You know what I'm saying? Like, these food banks around the country gonna be fucked up. You know what I mean? You thought, you know, these little natural disasters around the city or something. I mean, not around the city, but you know what I mean, around the country, like down south when you know, they was having them hurricanes and shit like that. That nothing compared to what this shit is. You got $800,000 employees that decent motherfucking. And then when you take the time to think about it, from what he's fucking with the economy, this is gonna cost more than what he want for the war. I mean, I hope he never chartered back, because it's beyond just, you know, at the end of the day, what people think, oh, why you don't do it, or you just don't give a fuck. It's not about him. It's about the Most High. I'm going to get that first, then I'm going to go there. Because at the end of the day, this is not, you know, it's the Most High spirit is on him to have him do this. You know what I mean? This Proverbs 21. And starting at verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. He turneth it with ever so, Salaki. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Meaning he directs his path. Uh, well, it's another scripture. It talks about how the Most High controls the footsteps of Salakia. Bear with me. It, it's multiple. That's Jeremiah 10:23. I know, oh Lord, that a man's way is not his own. You know, this is not the script of Donald Trump or these elites. This is the script of the Most High. You know, he said, name the trick back. They thinking that they doing this shit, but this is to actually play out, you know, the Most High's movie. Oh Lord, I know that the way of a man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. Proverbs 16:9. But that's enough with that. Get Isaiah 3. Because, like I said, we talking about this family. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, the Lord of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah, meaning the Israelites. And this is going to affect a lot of Israelites, but it's going to affect a lot of other motherfuckers too. Salaki, the stay and the staff. And the stay and the staff, like, we have no power here. So that's, like I said, he's taking that away from this Edomite. You know what I'm saying? The staff is the symbol of his power. And like I said, right now, motherfuckers, come on, like I said, you gotta think about it. What, 50, 60, shit, 40, 30. I mean, some places you might not get away with it. I mean, but at the same time, that's showing you his powers work. For what we do, going out cussing out the white man, calling him the devil in his fucking face. And the thing is, we ain't lying. I mean, that should show you something. You ain't lying about nothing, though. You're bringing up facts. You get what I'm saying? I can see if we making up shit. But no, we bringing up actual, factual fucking information. Who is the only, I mean, come on. And then motherfucker got the audacity to still call us racist and what the fuck you mean. But then yeah, still, you going to counsel when these motherfuckers was fucking, you could pick a nigga. These niggas so use terminology, they don't even understand where the fuck it come from, though. And from Judah, the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. Man, it's going to be a famine, man. I mean, and as you can see, come on, they was just saying that the brother in Kansas City was just saying that he was like they saying in his little place, his city that basically that they went in Walmart and a lot of the shit in Walmart like the shelves were empty. You know what I mean? Like what you expect? You know, he's like they just had a major storm, so you know most people try and stock up when they got storms because you're not knowing when you're gonna be able to get to the store or hot weather or what's gonna happen. So you know it's always better to be over prepared or have more than less. You know what I mean at that time. But yeah, this shit looking like ghost town. This is Second Ezra 16:18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, and that's what you about to start to feel. Look at, I mean, like you got some stupid ass Jake, but like I said, Jake is very simple. That's why Jake could be content with living in a low income and getting a punk ass check for $600. That ain't enough for you to fucking really sustain your life or living off of. But yet still, and then say for instance, you live in a low income, so you paying a third of that shit to the government, so you probably stuck with $300-400 afterward. And as long as you can get your drink and your whatever you that make you feel at ease in your slavery, that's cool. Jake with that. You know, they ain't actually woke. I saw a dude today, and you know, normally, you know, I speak on what I encounter, but it would just fuck my head up. Dude, literally, mind you, this shit is all in the news. I'm playing this shit. I went and bought a speaker because I don't like talking sometimes unless the spirit come on me to say stuff. I went on the speaker. I know the word getting to it. Motherfuckers start turning up their music and shit. But I literally watched a dude about to sell his food. He tried to sell me his food, and I'm looking like, God damn, like this nigga's fucking literally, dude. You don't know if we gonna have food, but you trying to sell him like he trying to sell him, but you know. So like I said, because he ain't. Is the beginning of sorrows and great mourning. He ain't suffering yet. When the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You can't, because with the dope boys. And then what a fuck around and really fuck their head up too if it was a drought. Like on time, you know what I mean? When all this other shit happened, you know what I mean? Fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Cause you don't think it's gonna be coming if he get that wall up the way he want. You know what I'm saying? You got to really. I knew it was some bullshit that was gonna happen just when they celebrated when the Democrats got the House or the Senate or whatever. When they was coming in, they had like a little celebration thing. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? And then right after they like, oh yeah, where did I give you the funny? And I'm like, what the fuck? It's just funny. You know what I'm saying? I got a dude I know. He up here making threats and shit. He's like, they should shoot Trump. I'm like, you better shut up. What the fuck? Nigga, don't you know everything tapped? You know what I'm saying? Niggas is stupid. You sit up there and say some shit like that. If he got the stripper bitch that he was cheating with arrested, how the fuck you gonna think he come get your dumb ass? You know, funny. Anyhow, the beginning of famine and great death. You know what I mean? Come on. What was last year? A lot of motherfuckers died last year. This gonna be what man? Way more severe this year. The beginning of the wars and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. And you know, the beginning of evil's gonna come because, like I said, I was watching that movie Bird Box, and you know, it was all right. I didn't think it. Like I heard Apostle Tahar speak when he was like he couldn't get into it. He was like, "This is some bullshit." It wasn't as bad as you know. I sat and watched the whole thing. It wasn't as great as brothers was sitting up there saying to me, but it wasn't a bad movie either. But just to show you how when motherfuckers, I don't want to tell the movie, but it's a part in there where the chick, you would have thought, she put it like this. It was like how the brother said, in that evil day, it's going to be me and mine, fuck you and yours. This could be your brother. He got a family, you got a family, but at the same time, it's only so much resources in the house. So they need you to help them, but then hold up, my kid got it, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be like that story in the scriptures where the two women came to the agreement to eat each other's children, and the one ate hers, but then you know what I mean, like some shit like that. What's that? 2 Kings 6. Anyhow, it's a part of there where, like I said, I don't want to tell the movie because, like I said, for those that haven't seen it, but you really look, goddamn, and that's how people gonna be. That's when you're gonna see beginning of evils, because man, heart gonna wax cold. You know what I mean? Like when it come down to a person's survival. You know, I've heard people say some of the craziest shit in the world. I've heard a person so stupid said, if I didn't have nothing to eat, I'd eat my shit. And I'm looking at the bitch like, bitch, you retarded. This is how dumb the bitch is. I said, bitch, if you eat your shit, you going to make yourself sick and you going to die. So you just going to die even more horribly. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the condition of our people. This is our thinking. So, you know what I mean? Trust and believe, you know, it wasn't nothing to fall in love with. It was something I fucking, man. I didn't know she was that. Like fucked up. Anyhow, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Verse 19, behold, famine, which is coming, a plague, which you already receiving. You get the plague of locusts and the supposedly holy city of Mecca. You know what I mean? You got these blood rivers, tribulation, you know, you're going to have persecution, anguish are sent as scourges for adamant. Verse 20, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And what does it say in the book of Revelation? It said that even after, you know, all the plagues, that they still wouldn't repent. Verse 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow up upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? This is the beginning of those pains. Like I said, if this government shut down, and like the brother said from Kansas City, he said at the end of the day, even if they do another little quick band-aid patch fix on this shit, it's just stalling it out until because like I said, this is already set. You know what I mean? Your damage is already done. You got to remember, this is a whole month. You got to think about it. These federal workers, they're not like I said, some federal workers don't make that much. But like I said, depending on where they stand at, you can have a person making $50,000 a year, but they reside in New York. So that $50,000 is like really $20. You know what I'm saying? But that's $50,000 that's not going into taxes. That ain't getting taxed. That ain't going to the economy. You already done cut a. Come on, this is all a plan of the elites. Why do you think they had that fucking image of the economy on Economist? Well, let me get that real quick. Salaki, I ain't mean to make this video long like this because I had some scriptures, but for whatever reason, his brothers was right. You got to be in the spirit right now. Like if you ain't in the spirit right now, you really never believe this thing. It was saying 2018, but yeah, I said at the beginning it started in 2018. You know what I'm saying? This shit started in 2018, and now we at the beginning of 2019. They say a lot of things. You know, it's a pagan tradition, so I don't believe that shit. But at the same time, they say a lot of how your New Year start off. That's why they say, oh yeah, the new resolutions and whatnot. Well, take the time to think about this. Your New Year started off without a government. Well, no, can't say that. You got a partial government. And I keep on harping and laughing at this one. This motherfucker still was talking about giving his administration a raise. Yeah, go check that shit out. So anyhow, back to I'm gonna read Isaiah 31. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh. And at the end of the day, woe unto them that go on. See, like they said, like the brother said, at the end of the day, you got a lot of these motherfucking proud people that is actually furloughed, these government workers. At the end of the day, you got to remember, everything comes from the federal government, and the federal government getting their money from the Federal Reserve. At the end of the day, a lot of people that work for they're a part of this system, and now they're showing you how the Esau the devil, and then it's really a beast system. See how the system turns on they dumb ass. At the end of the day, this people don't even realize. Just like for instance, I'm gonna share a personal situation, like with my damn demon. You know what I mean? Like this. But I know it's the will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Call the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem. Or because at the end of the day, in that day when we get Jacob's trouble, you do not really, unless the Lord with you and God, Salakia, the Elohim, the Lord gonna be in your spirit, or the spirit or the Lord gonna be on you, so you're gonna be, move in a certain kind of way. But at the same time, it's gonna be rough. That's why I say, woe to them that have that get suck in them days. A person with children is gonna be what? You know what I'm saying? If like this shit really gonna humble a lot of women. But my point of bringing it up, like she was a welfare baby, and the crazy part to show you how really part of the curses, she came from a actual family that wasn't on welfare. The father was growing up, but he did something with his life. The mother did something with their life. Like with myself, you know what I mean? Like, my father didn't get no food stamps or nothing. You know what I mean? But still, so to make it out the ghetto, for you to end up back and low income like that, crazy. You know what I mean? And the thing is, with me, I've had jobs. You know what I mean? So, it's just deep. That's how, that's one of the ways that I know that those curses is real. But, you got a lot of people relying on Egypt, because this is modern day Egypt. And at the end of the day, look at what Egypt giving you. Just like how, when they was in the wilderness, the Israelites, and they had them, complaining to Moses about, well, they should have just stayed in Egypt, you know what I mean? Because they trusted in, the so-called glory of this place. But if you really had spiritual eyes and wasn't asleep, you would see this place is losing its luster. I watched it during Christmas time, or that fake-ass pagan holiday. I watched, Esau, because that's probably more so his, that's more so his tradition or whatnot. They was all excited into it, but, Jake, fake it or kill themselves trying to bust their ass to get this shit for their kid. But this year, it don't look like to me Jakes did it. You know what I mean? I seen a few people with presents here and there. You know, verse 2, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his word. Meaning that this is prophesied. This is going to come to pass. But will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Verse 3, now the Egyptians are men and not a power, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that hoping, azar, aid, protect. It's supposed to be, I guess, the same thing as help. Shall fall down, and they all shall fall. Verse 4, for thus saith the Lord, spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey. When a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof. Let me see something. Because Second Ezra 6 and 22, stand in that famine. 20. I'm going to start at 20. It says, Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away, and as you can see, this world is beginning. I mean, well, you know what I mean? If you can't see it, then you fucking, like, spiritually dead. Like, it's like a dried up bone, you know what I'm saying? Completely. Because, you know, you gotta literally see this. I mean, like, shit is not, you know, back in the day, you used to, that's why I know who I do feel sorry for? Some of these youth, some of these children. You know, this got to be a bizarre ass, weird ass, or they spirit got to be just fucked up to just be in tune with this shit. But you rather, like, I got children, so like, I regret lightweight having them, but you know, because the scripture said you shouldn't have had no children in this place. And if I was into the scriptures when I was having these kids, I wouldn't have, you know, I mean, it's a long story to it. At the end of the day, though, but I feel in my spirit that the Most High did this for a reason. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, though, I mean, look at the vibrations down here. Come on, you live in the children ain't even safe because they didn't allow laws to pass. When I was coming up, that would have been motherfucker get his motherfucking head chopped off for it. Now that's okay. I mean, one brother from that got the channel Man of Valor, he's always constantly speaking on the 10 and the 12-year-old transgender little boy that be in the gay bar and nobody's doing nothing about this shit. And you can't see that this world is vanishing away. The fuck? Shall be finished, then I will show these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament. That's the scriptures, and they shall see all together. Verse 21, and the children of a year old shall speak with the voices. The women with children shall bring forth ultimately, Salaki, untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And verse 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And that's what's coming. Like I said, that's what the point of the article was about. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, yeah, Jake gonna be fucked up. Trust and believe. But Esau gonna be fucked up too. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and then the thing is with Jake, when Jake get hungry, Jake get like, you know what I mean? Like, you ever been locked up or whatnot? Jake get ignorant when, you know what I mean? Like when they back against the wall. So Jake, I mean, of course, Jake gonna attack Jake, but Jake could be on some, you know, shit. I had to commend some dudes. They was on, you know, you got the east side and the west side, and predominantly more so on the east side is more, you know, Jake, and on the west side is more, you know, like diverse, with the majority of, you know, Edomites. You got some blacks that think they done made it in life if they get on the west side, but you know what I mean. But the majority, I mean, you know, they actually building up our west side. You know, a lot of those motherfuckers with money. Like if you ever heard of Ohio City, a lot of people from like people that got money, you know, moving out there, and the rent, like they actually like created this, like they done raised the rent up, put it like that. And people with money is, you know, that's where you stay out at, you know. Because at the end of the day, Cleveland is doing a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like I had an article about a dude with the whole little Bitcoin shit they trying to do here. You know what I mean? They trying to do what it's called Cleveland like blockchain, the blockchain technology. Like there's a guy here. Now I gave some brothers the article. I don't know what I did with the. I had it at one point. I might have hid it, but you know I was going through a lot of stuff at the time, so I might have the article still. I might not. But long story short, you know that Bitcoin is going to be significant here. I mean, you got to take time to think about it. Like Cleveland, it's only a few cities in the whole country that got a Federal Reserve, and Cleveland is one of them. I pass it a lot. You know what I mean? Like you see the motherfuckers with military guns. You know what I'm saying? So at the end, they, you know, even though they ain't really part of you know, our government, you know, but so I'm gonna read that back again. Verse 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Verse 24, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. And that's what I was talking about, like in that movie Bird Box. At the end of the day, when it come down to feeding yourself or those that you care about, your immediate or, you know, who you love, it's going to be, you know, like I said, trust me, I've had to be at these pantries or at these little soup kitchens and whatnot. You know, I think Most High allowed me to go through that for a reason. You know, that's why at the end of the day, I'm not really, you know, tripping on it like that. You know, people probably looking at me like, this nigga fucked up and crazy. But at the end of the day, I just spent 4 years going through all this. So, you know what I mean? If you take it back, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I'm thankful that the Most High loved me enough to get me on the street just for this couple months. You know what I'm saying? But whoever think that they just, oh yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you got to remember, this will be hot property. And everybody ain't on government assistance here. Some people actually got jobs and shit. But, you know, this is hot property. This is close to downtown. All that shit. You know what I mean? Trust and believe. They ain't going to wait for the government to pay this shit. They'll, yeah, you evicted and rent this shit out. But, it says, so fight one against another like enemies. And that's what's going to happen in that day. You know what I mean? When it's, like I said, two best friends could be hungry. That's why they got that commercial with the Snickers. Not yourself when you're hungry. You know what I mean? The motherfucker turned into a motherfucking animal. Then, you know what I'm saying? Then when he eats something, oh yeah. You know, so you got two best friends, fucking two siblings. And it'd be a fucking can of old ravioli. Been in, you know what I mean? Like I was just at a spot. They was giving away all these old fucking canned goods. And I'm looking like, this pantry filled in a motherfucker, right? But they just not putting out shit from last year. And I'm like, God damn, what? I'm not taking this old ass shit. So I sorted through. I found, you know, decent shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's just like, you got people grabbing that shit. And I'm like, well, damn, that just show you how motherfuckers is so, what's the word? Insensitive to other people. I mean, like, y'all could have been doing this shit, but because you had some volunteers, they don't have the volunteers do it. They had more old shit than they had good shit. I mean, new shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like I said, then the two siblings get into it hungry over the food, and one killed the other one like Cain and Abel with the ravioli and then try to eat it. You know what I'm saying? And then get judged by the Most High and get, motherfucker, what's that shit? Dysentery or some shit like that. Like, be fucked up. That should be no good, and that shit kill him. Slowly, though. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Verse 25, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of the world. And I got one more scripture because I had a whole bunch written down, but, you know, at the end of the day, we all, you know, if you don't see, even, like I said, if they was to start this government back tomorrow, at the end of the day, damage has been done. Believe it or not, you better go listen to some of this shit that's on the news. You got economists and all kinds of people saying, dude, well, that's how you know it's been purposely done. This is a businessman. Why would it, at the end of the day? But the thing is, you would think, to show you how stiff neck and prideful, because I don't give a fuck about these other nations or these hunkies and so-called fucking white people, these Edomites. I'm talking about my people. You got people that's in my situation right now. I don't know what's gonna happen or how the Lord gonna take care of me. I'm just hoping that He take care of me. At the end of the day, I put my confidence that he's going to take care of me. At the end of the day, though, you got people right now that's so prideful that they not going to repent. You would think like, well, damn, you know what I mean? You got, like, I'm in a low income building. You would think motherfuckers be like, well, you know what? Let me sit down and pray to the Most High. Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh. I mean, even if they don't know the name, you know what I mean? You know, it's funny. A person that don't know the name could pray to the Most High God, and then I end up bumping into their path, and we get into the conversation, and I tell them the name. Ah, God, the Most High God work. You know what I mean? But my point being is, with all this shit, because, I mean, even if you trying to stay high out your mind, not to know what the fuck going on, I guarantee you the Most High is putting signs or some kind of way. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that dude that tried to sell me the food. Even though, you know, that demon was on him so motherfucking much. You know what I mean? And I'd have felt like a piece of shit if I'd have got the fuck. I probably could have got it for $5. He had a bag for the fucking food. But I'd have probably felt like a piece of shit if I'd have got it from him. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I got food. I can fast, though. You know what I mean? Can you? See, it's a different fasting when you got drugs and alcohol in your system. You just don't want to eat. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? When you can't afford to get the drugs and the alcohol, and then your body's throwing back to normal, you want to eat. You ain't got no fucking food. Deal with. I'm going to end it on this scripture, though. Bear with me. Like I said, you would think that, you know, Jake would come back, but Jake ain't going to come back. But enough scriptures tell you that. That's why Zechariah 13 and 8 say that's why 2/3 are going to be destroyed. And when you take time to think about it, the majority of the time, he was always fucking up Jake and then leaving a remnant. You know what I mean? So, I mean, prepared for trouble. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even prepared in, like, trying to, like, because all that prepping and all that old shit, they show you that enough in these movies. Like, that's what they was doing in that Bird Box shit. And at the end of the day, no matter how much prepping and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, they would always run out of food. When you pay attention to any movie where it's, like, scenarios where it's, you know, lone survivor trying to survive through chaotic, apocalyptic situation, what's the biggest issue? Because it's always, you got to worry about people. Might have to worry about animals or whatnot, which is going to be out here. But they always run out of food. I'm going to end this with, you know, Isaiah 65 and 13, because at the end of the day, you know, this is for all the hopeful elect, all those that's doing the will and the work of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shall by Hashem, because this is, I heard a brother, I think it was the brother of Van Valley, say, and it was the truth though. He said this is a time of fire to the world, a time of fire to the people, and a time of fire to the men of the Lord. Because I'm catching hell right now, and I'm not the only one. Like I said, I saw a brother. Matter of fact, let me get that. Then I'm gonna end that scripture because this is out of our group chat. Say, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. 1 Peter 5 and 9. You know what I'm saying? And then we can even get, where's that? Where's that? The book of Sirach. Where's that? I know the brother sent it though. It's like they be taking out. I swear it's like they be taking out. I don't get this shit. It's be like they be taking out certain messages on my phone or something, man. Like one of the brothers sent second Ezra's. I mean not second Ezra's. They sent the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 2, starting at 1. Say, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at that last end. 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Verse 6, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. 7, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest he fall. Verse 8, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. And I'm going to leave it on this scripture because, like I said, we got some times covered. Like I said, you got all kind of people, from people that ain't never been on welfare to people that's on welfare, all work. And, you know, like I said, they cutting off people here and there like they always do, you know what I mean? Like, that's why you know the system was so fucking fake, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like they saying, oh, yeah, well, people still getting food stamps until, like I just recently heard they still got funding up until March, so they should be able to pay to February. So that's why I said you ain't gonna have too many motherfuckers really pitching a bitch or flipping out right now because they still can eat. But it's in their mind, it's already planted. And then you got the really fucked up people out here that just, you know, until it ain't no food, and then, you know what I mean? You know, but otherwise, you know, it should be planted in your head. Or in everybody's head. From people that, like I said, ain't never been on it to people been on it. But at the end of the day, you know, even men of the Lord, but at the end of the day, the difference between us is we believe that we doing the works in the will of the Heavenly Father, and because of that, you know, if we're of that hopeful number, you know, he's going to take care of us and help us. And I mean, you know, he's going to provide for us. So I'm going to end it with this scripture, Isaiah 65, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Verse 14, behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Esau Shall, by Hashem, that's Rakatha. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four quarters of the earth. Preaching the truth with faith and sincerity, and risking their lives with freedom to do so. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and to the Akwaf out there listening and learning. Hope this lesson was somewhat edifying. Until the next time, Shalom.